century. Maybe it was a little later, but thereabouts. The internet was kind of in its infancy. There was no real social media to speak of. And to actually learn how to get these sounds was true rumour. Guitar magazines thankfully had some insight there. It was very difficult. And then all of a sudden this thing came out, and this is a Line 6 Digitech Brian May pedal. And what happened here was Eddie Kramer of Jimi Hendrix fame and Brian May went into a studio, and some lovely programming and circuitry later, we got a pedal that could approximate Brian's sound really, really well. This thing is still very cool. Like a lot of Digitech stuff, this one's highly collectible and they go for silly amounts of money. But there's been, you know, nothing really since then to come close to it. Now, there was the Vox amp plug, and I did review that recently, and it's great and it's a lot of fun, but it's really just, you know, something to mess about on, I think. And I've seen there's a pal of mine who's doing very well actually gigging with one baked into a pedal, which is kind of what this thing was for originally. Now, the only thing about this one is it had a huge fault, as all of these pedals did, where the cast iron chassis for the expression pedal would break, and you can see that I've successfully broken mine already, and I think I may have broken one in the shop the day I tried it out as well, so it's a little bit of a tricky one. But the cool thing is, in this century and in this year, we have the ToneX 1, and we've got the ToneX 1 firmware update. Now, YouTube is full of videos with people talking about this, so I just thought I'd look at this from a Brian May point of view. There's 3 effects in the Brian May food group: phaser, chorus and delay. Now, nowadays and in recent years you use a harmonizer as well, but broadly speaking that's really it. There's wah on occasion as well, very rarely, to be honest, for someone in the genre that he operates in, but it's there too. But basically the main food groups are those 3, and all of those 3 are now present in the ToneX 1. So in a sense, the ToneX 1 can actually do a lot of this, but what do you need to be able to do that? You need good captures, and possibly, do I have one? Oh, I do. One of these, which is a treble booster. Now, regular viewers will know that when I talk about using digital gear, I always say when you're doing Brian May stuff, to get a real treble booster. And I still, you know, really hold true to that. The treble booster in the Fender Tonemaster Pro was the best one I've ever heard of a modeling one, but to get the sound right, get a real one that actually has the same frequency curve that Brian May used through the classic years. But today I'm going to break my own rule and not use this into the ToneX 1, because the point of the ToneX 1 is that it's an all-in-one box and it's really small. Now, you can use a treble booster with the ToneX 1 and it sounds great. It sounds better than what I'm about to show you, in fact, but what I'm going to show you is actually quite good. So here's the other part of the story, the captures. About, oh my God, is it actually nearly 2 years? About 2 years ago, I went into the studio with a selection of Vox AC30 amps, and we spent a lot of time using ToneX to try and get the best out of them, using great preamps, great mic combinations, and there's a lot of them available online. Some haven't published yet, and they sounded amazing, and that's what I use in my gig rig. So if you go back 2 videos, you'll see me talking about that. In fact, if you go back through all of my videos up until the launch of ToneX, you'll be hearing the stuff that we did in that project, because it just sounds great. And one of the things that we did that I never used was that we modeled a Vox AC30 from the early 70s with one of these treble boosters, knocking the face out of it inline. So in other words, it was the full chain. And that's what I'm going to use today for these examples. So you don't need a treble booster. To be able to sound Brian May with this, you need hands, ears, probably a red special, 6-pence if you can, not essential, but very useful if you can use one, and just these captures, and ToneX 1 obviously. So let's have a listen to some of the sounds, and just to say that these presets are available online for sale. Now, I don't usually sell presets. I'm selling these ones because I spent ages on them. I had to buy a ToneX 1 to be able to make them. I'm never going to use it for anything other than showing people how to, you know, make sounds out of it and stuff like that. So you can help me with my silly midlife crisis video adventures by buying the presets or buying me a coffee at the links below. So let's check out the sounds. So sort of the key sort of sound from the 70s is basically the Vox with treble booster in front of it. So we'll just try that. So the only real effect on this one is some equalization, a little bit of compression, and some room reverb. Cleans up very nicely. Actually, I'll just clean it up a bit more. phase with that as well. So it does have that scream in it, which is great. So yeah, good stuff. Let's try another sound. Okay, so this one is a more typical sort of 80s Brian May sound with the chorus. Now, because Brian May sound is dry, wet, so in other words, there's a Vox with chorus and a Vox without chorus. And today, in fact, there's two Voxes with chorus and the one in the middle is without chorus. So, you know, technically you should really have two ToneX pedals if you want to get that super accurate. So I've cheated a little bit, and what I've done is I've put the chorus after the amp, which can sometimes work really well, because what he was trying to do is get a doubler effect, and chorus, as you know, is a moving wave on a delay. So putting it afterwards can sometimes work as well. It's not actually too bad. So I'll just show you the clean first, and we'll just ramp up the volume and just see where we land. Now, for, you know, an inline treble booster, not a real one, it's actually not too bad now, actually, capturing those nuances. We'll just give it a little bit more welly. And then we'll just open it up as if we're doing lead. And a little bit of out of phase. Always mess up the ending. Okay, we'll try a different sound now. Okay, so in the original Amplitude Brian May set, they did a really great job of capturing Brian May's phaser sound. I don't know where the phaser sound is coming from in this set, but it's not bad. So we'll try a bit of We'll Rock You. So not a bad phaser sound for this type of stuff, and we'll try one more, which on the original was actually a little bit different. We'll try this one. Half-remembered riffs. Okay, let's try another sound. Okay, this one's actually my favorite out of the set of these, because getting this out of a pedal like this is a bit insane. I actually struggled to do this with my Fender Tonemaster Pro because of the way that the delays are configured on it, and that's a much more bigger and expensive pedal. But this is the Brighton rock sound. So for those that aren't familiar with Brian's solo section in the classic Queen gigs, what this is two delays, 800 milliseconds apart, so 800 and 1600 milliseconds, and you can achieve this on this just by setting the delay at 800 and putting it into ping pong. So you'll hear three notes, and oh yeah, lots of reverb to give that sort of Live Killers kind of feel. And then what I'm going to do is just harmonize with myself. happily lose hours doing that. So I've put these and a few other bits and pieces into a pack that you can get off the Buy Me a Coffee page. So all that'll be links below. Just anyone that's intending to support me on this, thank you very much. I had no reason to buy that pedal, only to see if it would work and to show it to the rest of you, because you know I have my own way of doing things. So when you can support me by buying these things or just simply buying me a coffee, you help me do more of this type of stuff, and hopefully that'll help inform your purchases or get you some use out of this gear in the future. So thanks for that. Okay, cool. See you the next time.